So we have three distinctive programs. We have Ingham's offering our 7-night programs. We have Ingham Santa breaks through short stay breaks throughout December. And then we have Santa's Lapland, a real all-encompassing winter wonderland experience. I'll go into each individual package a lot more detail as we go through. So Santa's Lapland. So we go to Saraselka, which is 3 hours north of the Arctic Circle. It's one of the most snowshore areas that you can go to, 250 kilometres north. It's real complete unspoilt wilderness. We fly direct into Saraselka, and we have around 14 regional departures for the season, and it really means that the flights are direct, that they are exclusively with Santa's Lapland, and you can rest assured that we're ensuring that everyone is well looked after, whether it's on the plane and singing a few silly songs to when you arrive at the airport. Our naughty elves are there to greet and ensure you're getting on the right coach, and then we look after you from that moment on. It's only a 25-minute transfer or 3 carols on the bus. We offer complete 4 hotels within the village, as well as our Star Arctic program, staying at the Star Arctic on the top of the fell. But we're a very all-encompassing program. So Santa's Lapland, I feel, is perfect for a younger family or a multi-generational group, as it is really all sewn up and perfect for any families. Then we have our Santa's program, and we have our Santa's Magic program. We are 3 or 4 day breaks, and that's with either program, so there's flexibility on either program to do that. And really the difference in the duration of the break is just giving you a free day to possibly add some additionals if you want to. There also are some free child places at the moment left in East Bradford, and we do grandparents savings when they travel as part of a larger group. As I said, we have over around 14 regional departures. Obviously the transfers are included. A fantastic host of activities, which I'll go into more detail for each individual programme. Half-board accommodation and lunch on a full activity day is always included. And we automatically include all the full Arctic. And what I say, really, we ask that customers come out dressed for a hard English winter, and we top you up to that Arctic level. So that specialist equipment that you need, but also there's little things like you don't necessarily want to be, if you do have ski wear, you don't want to really getting your ski wear out on the huskies or getting it dirty, and it is perfect equipment for the activities you're participating in. And they're cleaned between each customer, and whether you're a size 6 or a size 24, they can cater for everyone. And lots of layers are worth bringing underneath. As I said, Saraselka is really, really reliable. Even in previous seasons where there's been snow concerns, Saraselka is somewhere that we didn't need to worry about, and our programme was able to run with no issues. With that as well, I'd just say, from a point of even just as Lapland, thinking what age suits, remembering Lapland could be anything from 0 to -30, and that can change within a couple of days. Obviously, making sure people are dressed appropriately massively helps, but also when people say what age is perfect. Now, obviously, I understand a lot of families have different ages within their families, but I personally would say don't put an age on it, because we know every child is different. But they put the hat on and they keep it on, and if they can put their gloves on and keep them on, and if they can tell you they're cold. Now, my 21-month-old didn't want to wear her hat today, and her gloves were dubiously how well they were put on. So she's not ready, in my opinion. But as I said, it is down to individual customers, and we do know that there might be a younger baby with older children, and that's fine. We just sort of put on, please be aware that not everything will be wholeheartedly suitable for the younger children, but we try and support everyone as much as we can within everything we do. So within our Santa's Aurora, which is really our high-end experience, staying at the Star Arctic, and with that, it is a real action-packed trip, and that's why I just say it is maybe for the slightly older children. So we include a wilderness dinner, so that's a dinner within the evening out and about. Aurora hunt by huskies, snowmobile search for Santa, a sledge pulled by a skidoo. Obviously, all our programs private meeting with Santa, and then reindeer sleigh ride, husky sleigh ride, igloo fantasia, which is igloo that we build from scratch every season. Absolutely site drive. And then you've got the reindeer centre to find out all about the reindeer. Unfortunately, my daughter has to have the argument with people when they say, I'm putting out carrots. She's like, well, it's mushrooms. They eat mushrooms, because I've been out there and that's what reindeer like. So she just looks a bit silly, but they like mushrooms. And meet Santa's elves, do tons of little snow and ice activities, mini snowmobiles and things. And they include a snowmobile drive to the reindeer farm and a 2-course lunch. And obviously our UK team are always on hand throughout to ensure people have a fantastic time. So as you can say, it's really a full-on programme. And the Star Arctic Hotel itself within the Aurora programme is absolutely beautiful. It has 3 different room types available, as well as really the property was only built a couple of years ago. All the rooms face north. It is at the top of the amazing toboggan run. So really optimizes views across the fells, and also if the aurora is out, it is a perfect opportunity to see them from there. So really nice property and great facilities. The Santa's Magic programme is our really all-encompassing family programme, which gives also a little bit more flexibility if people wanted to add some other bits in as well. So really the Santa's Magic, whether you're on the 3 or 2-night programme, includes a full action-packed day. Obviously, if you go on the 3-night, then it just gives you the opportunity to have a free day to chill out a little bit, go and explore, or go and add some additionals if you want. But really the wonderful thing with Santa's Lapland is if people book the basic package, there is absolutely no need to be adding other elements if they don't wish to. So it includes a snowmobile search for Santa, a sledge pulled by a skidoo for that private meeting with Santa, reindeer sleigh ride, husky sleigh ride, igloo fantasia, reindeer centre, meet our naughty elves, and lots of different snow and ice activities. This is all at our Circle Centre. It's a woodland setting. It's exclusively set up for us. It's not a prefabricated Disney World setup. It is a woodland setting by the twilight with candlelight through the forest, teepee set up, log fires, lots of little points. And I think it's very good to mention, if you have extended families, that there's lots of points where people can take a little time out, warm up, take a little seat, and take their breath. So we've got the teepees, the cotters throughout the ACC, as well as the warming hut, which is where you have lunch as well. And it is a woodland setting, and we really, other than the reindeer sleigh ride, there's nothing else within the Magic that has a specific time slot. That's just so it can literally free running. We try and minimize any sort of queue type thing, so you can just meander through and enjoy a fantastic action-packed day. Now, to get to the Arctic Circle Centre for all these experiences, we take everyone from the hotels in the morning at sort of early stop-offs. And then it is a free run of return journeys, and it is only a sort of 10-15 minute transfer. And that's just so if grandma's done by 2 o'clock, then she can come home. But if you want to stay till 4, not a problem. And they will just go till everyone has left. So it's not a problem at all. And as I said, all our team are there on hand, our Lapland Rangers, to support and ensure everyone has a fantastic time. And obviously we work with a specialist team out in Lapland with the huskies and everything else. Now, the properties we offer within the Santa's Magic, so it's 4 lovely hotels within the village of Saraselka. So we have the Santa's Hotel Holiday Club. It has a pool and sort of spa area, but a great range of rooms within the main property, and then lots of different range of suites and apartments outside the main property, which do include some log cabin type style properties, and then some more Scandinavian typical apartments as well. And they're just set within the trees, about up to 400 meters outside of the main property, so you just sort of get suited and come in for breakfast and things. Obviously all our programs, as I said, are based on a half board basis, but if someone wants to downgrade to a bed and breakfast, then that is completely fine, and that is possible as well. If there's specific dietary or people know that they're a bit more picky, then you can do that and then just use the restaurants as a la carte, and that's completely fine. Then we've got the hotel, Santa's Hotel Tunturi, that has a main central building that has the bars and restaurant, and then it's got a number of annex buildings, including the Galas wing, and there has a range of different types of rooms. We've also got one that's right next to the main building that's got newly renovated rooms and suites as well, and that's they've got great facilities, but just remembering they're outside of the main property. Again, lots of range of rooms, and that's something I think is quite distinctive about Lapland hotels, that you've got anything from a single room up to an apartment that sleeps 10 with 5 rooms and a sauna. So there is a big range, and it means that families and then larger families can still have their privacy, still have their own room, but also go in together, and because it is such a family Christmassy experience, so it does work really, really well. And then we've got the Santa's Hotel Reykjavik, has rooms and suites within the main property, and then it has a number of apartments set back about 200 meters behind the property, just outside of newer apartments. That has a Northern Lights viewing room, which is really just a glass roofed room, that if they were out, then you can see them from there. Generally, to be fair, people just normally take a few steps out of the main hotel lighting, and then you've got an optimum view of them if they are out anyway. And all the hotels also have toboggans outside that you can just take to the village toboggan run, and really good facilities. And the toboggan run is something that many a family will frequent for hours on end with their families. And just you don't have to do the whole thing from the top, but the bottom is very busy at times, but in a nice way. And then you've got the Santa's Hotel Sarasalka, which is a small property, but if people just want a simple option, then that's a perfect smaller option to proceed with. Okay, and then we've got a few optional adventures that you can on. So if there is something that specifically I'm on the Magic and I really want to do on my bucket list is the snowmobile drive, then that's a perfect add-on. You can do the Northern Lights adventure, which is an evening snowmobile drive when they talk about the aurora and what it means to the Sami people, or adult snowmobile drive. You've got the Husky Heaven within our main packages. The Husky Heaven within the Magic is around a 15-minute drive, about a 45-minute experience once you put in the education behind it and before, but obviously you can do a longer drive. Rudolph Reindeer Run, which is quite nice. It's a little bit more sedate. Snowshoeing, the downhill skiing is available on the longer duration trip, as well as the cross-country skiing. If you are an avid skier, then it is a great opportunity. It'll be better than any snow dome in the UK, so it is a great opportunity to have a little cheeky ski while you're out there. And having skied in Finland myself, it definitely is a really good quality of snow as well. So it is nice to have that opportunity. And I think one thing I always remember from Finland, the scenery just goes on for ages and it's absolutely stunning. So getting on the top of the fell and getting out and about is a fantastic opportunity to see those amazing views. Ingham Santa Breaks. So alongside the Santa's Lapland programme, we have Ingham Santa Breaks. They run to Levi and Ulas, which are slightly more, slightly larger resorts. They have a bigger ski setup. We offer a 3 and 4 night trip, and we fly from Manchester, Gatwick and Bristol. So we include thermal suits and boots within those, as well as the Santa's Elves Hideaway, the private meeting for every family. We have a festive meal and then we have full range of pre-bookable excursions. So they would be in additional huskies, reindeer, snowmobile and skiing, and obviously our reps on hand. So as you may get from that, I find the Santa Breaks is a little bit more flexible. So if maybe have got more of a mixed party that people want to do different things, it's a great option. And obviously you can do it for a slightly longer duration. So it just gives a bit more flexibility possibly in what the programme that you'd want to do. So we have then our 7-night programs. So we have which really can create programs you want. So we have 7 nights and we have a short break program from December to February as well. So really creating your own experience with Ingham's and Julie to ensure that you have an all-round package. So we offer 3 resorts: Levi, Ulas and Saraselka, as we mentioned before, and lots of different excursions that can be added on. All of the wild huskies, wilderness riders, snowmobiles, reindeer rides, Northern Lights experience and Mutka adventure, skiing, downhill cross country, and sleigh rides. So there's loads people can add, and I think very much anyone that's been to Lapland will enthuse about it. And the scenery is absolutely spectacular. And whether you go in the earlier months of the winter season or in March, when actually the light is amazing, there is fantastic variation, and it is absolutely beautiful. And I know a lot of people said, I'm going to go once and it's going to be a once in a lifetime trip, and they're like, when can I go back? So it's it might be a bucket list, but then it ends up being back on that list. So we have Saraselka for our 7-night program. We have charter flights to Kittila, is a slightly longer transfer from Kittila to Saraselka, about 2 hours. And then we offer the 4-star Star Arctic, as mentioned before, located on the top of the Vale. You can also do the Mutka Wilderness Lodge, which is a really complete immersive experience set about 20 minutes out of Saraselka. And then we've got the other 3-star plus hotels and cabins and apartments within Saraselka available. Obviously the full range of excursions, and there's 12 kilometres of piste, which are floodlit during the darker days. Amazing conditions from skiing and snowboarding, as I mentioned, and they do really good inclusive packages. So with your hire, the pass, it's really nice and easy to be able to get on the slopes. It really is quite suitable for families, mature guests, general independent people looking for slightly variations in options. We also do a short break to Saraselka from January to March. This is with a Finnair scheduled flight. And we fly direct to Ivalo, so it's a much shorter transfer, and we include an activity pack within that. So it's a 4-star, so this is just sort of a fantastic option if someone wants to do Lapland, hasn't necessarily got the time to do 7 nights, but doesn't necessarily want the frills of Santa, then this is a perfect option for them. So they can do the 4-star Star Arc, with a multi-taste experience including snowmobiling, reindeers and huskies. They've got a jacuzzi session included and a gentle snowshoeing tour, so absolutely lovely from there. And then we do the Mutka Wilderness Lodge on that as well, which includes the suits, the Aurora Alert buzzer, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, and Aurora hunts and things. Generally, so that one obviously, Mutka Lodge always includes the clothing. The 7-night Inghams doesn't include the clothing, which is different, obviously, from the shorter Santa breaks option, which does. So Levi, which is the most popular Lapland resort, only 20 minutes from Kittila, where we fly, and a choice of hotels, cabins, cottages, and apartments. Amazing facilities there, spa, water world, lots of cafes and bars, and a full range of excursions, snowmobiling, 2-day husky safari you can do, and there's 44 kilometres of flight of piste, so a little bit bigger than Sarasalka for that. And amazing conditions still from there. And then the resort of Ulas, so amazing on sport scenery from there. Only 35 minutes to 55 minutes of from Kittila Airport, and that's because the resort's split in two. So you've got Akaslompolo and Ulasjärvi as the two areas of the resort that it may be in. And then you've got the choice of cabins and hotels and apartments. And if anyone was interested, then we have some of them weren't fully on sale yet, and we've got more contracts through now for 21-22. So there are more available now than there were previously. The log cabins offer a fantastic self catering option, and they can sleep up to 12. And also people can do that on a bed and breakfast and have meals within hotels as well. Obviously, amazing full range of excursions available, and 53 kilometres of piste from there as well. And as I said before, floodlit during the darker days, and they also open quite late. So usually, like a ski area is open normally 9 till 5, whereas it might be open later hours within because they have the floodlight capability. And yeah, amazing resort, especially if people are interested in cross country. But you can do so many things within these. For Levi, we have the beautiful Levi Hotel Spa with a water world. You can use that as an external patron as well. So if you're not in that specific hotel, you can still visit. Lots of different room types available. The Crazy Reindeer with amazing value accommodation and great facilities, including a spa. And then you've got the Design Hotel Levi. That's got 77 beautiful design rooms and amazing traditional style. And the Ulas has the ACAS Hotel and apartments, and really, really central. And then they've got the Ulas log cabins, which are exceptionally popular, and they're idyllically located and really range in size. And then amazing excursions, because Inghams have been out in Lapland for over 20 years. So we've really managed to forge amazing relationships with our suppliers overseas and can ensure that we're getting the really good rates that people, if they were booking it direct, would also get. And we can able to transfer that on to our customers. So whether it be husky, snowmobiling, everything on people's bucket list for Lapland, then we can do it. And even if people are on the 7-night during December, then we can add Santa experiences on as well. That is possible to do. And then we've got some memorable overnights. So whether it is that perfect proposal or just something that you have to do, then within Levi, we have the luxury glass igloos, Aurora cabins, and Lanio Snow Hotel. In Ulas, you can have the Lanio Snow Hotel, and Saraselka, the Aurora cabins. They mostly have like Aurora alerts until late on, and give a fantastic, unique experience in Lapland. And then our Mutka Wilderness Lodge, which I mentioned previously. It might sound like it's quite rural and possibly quite rustic, but it is. It doesn't necessarily mean it scrimps on luxury, and majority of the rooms have saunas and all these facilities. So it's set about 15 kilometres from the resort of Saraselka, and you can either do a 7-night or 3 nights at the Wilderness Lodge. You can also build it in within a split centre, so do Mutka 2-centre adventure with 4 nights in Saraselka. Sorry, my cat likes to come into my webinars, and I've shut the door today, and all I can hear is him scratching or to get into my webinar. So 2 seconds, sorry.
Love it.
I was hoping my husband would hear him. Right, sorry about that. Next moment we'll get a cat up on the table. Right, so that includes aurora alerts till 1 AM, and then we've got lots of activities and excursions, including aurora hunting, snowmobile, husky safari, and reindeer safari. All the thermal suits are always included within the Mooka Lodge. And then we have free use of snowshoe and cross-country ski equipment, and it is full board. Obviously, the nature of the property is nice and remote, so it is including all your meals there, and really can be as active as you like from there. But the joy of being out of even the small villages of somewhere like Saraselga, which really only have 5 hotels and are quite small. But here you are literally out. There will be very minimal light pollution. And so the opportunity to see things like the aurora are at their optimum. So it's a fantastic opportunity. Okay, so really that just sort of hopefully went through everything. Obviously, if anyone's got any questions, more than welcome. But really just to end on, obviously booking with Julie means that you are with ABTA, ATOL protected, experienced travel agent, but obviously they only work with the best as well. And we are ABTA and ATOL protected in ourselves. We obviously are ensuring that we are looking after our customers in these challenging times.
Very challenging.
Very challenging. And have so with the current Lapland, we obviously had to make the decision to switch people to next season, and we gave the opportunity, even with people maybe if they're not sure, prior to saying, right, we're not going to run it, then people had the opportunity, if they would get worrying about it. This is something that is for a lot of people once in a lifetime, and we want you to like look forward to it, and so we did give people the opportunity to switch even before we made a commitment on that, because we understand there's people that are key workers, people that can't self-isolate, there's people that can't. A holiday is not something that works within this environment at the moment, so we respect everyone's needs, and really trying to make sure that we're ethically and morally doing what is right as well. So you can really rest assured you're booking with a very good operator in that respect.
Thank you.
But other than that, if there's any questions, happy to assist, and I'll stop sharing my screen, and then it will go back hopefully to if there's any questions.
Thank you, Hannah. That was brilliant. Thank you. So you can see there's quite a lot more to Lapland than just seeing Santa. And as Hannah said, we are ABTA and ATOL protected. We only work with preferred suppliers. And this year, as Hannah said, is not going ahead, sadly. And a lot of the customers have moved to 2021. So if you've got any, has anybody got any questions at all?
If you haven't thought of a question now, or you have it, then obviously you've got Julie's details, so do just drop her a line. I know I started at the beginning, a few of you popped in a little late, so no problem, but just to mention, we have got a scheme at the moment which is Holidays to Help Out, and basically supporting our trusted travel agents who've been absolutely sterling in these recent times. So exclusively for our trusted travel agents, we're offering an additional £100 per booking discount on any of these trips that I mentioned today. Yeah, Julie could get that book for you, but it does expire on the 8th of this month, so you would only have 2 more days, I'm afraid, to get that book, but she can book it online for you, so that's not a problem.
Thank you, Hannah. Brilliant. Thank you ever so much, everybody, for joining. And if you've got any other questions, pop them on a WhatsApp or an email or message to me. And I appreciate you taking a time out on your Friday evening. You can go and get a glass of wine now.
That's why the cameras are off. They're all sitting there now.
They're all having a few gin and tonics. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for joining, and thanks to Hannah as well for presenting. Appreciate it.
Not a problem.